The Garden of Words has the most beautiful and realistic animation that I have ever seen, and that's saying a lot. But this movie has more to offer than just its beautiful presentation. The story here is pretty great as well. Usually when I watch animated movies, aside from legendary classics such as Grave of the Fireflies and other classic anime movies, I have a hard time connecting with the characters and feeling for them just because you don't really get so much time to see these characters. But with Garden of Words, despite this movie being only 45 minutes long, I felt for these characters. And being an anime fan that likes to watch a wide variety of different types of shows, I like to watch anime romance, and this is an anime romance that I really enjoy. A lot of times when I'll get into a new anime romance movie or an anime romance series, I'll feel like maybe it's cliche, it's over-dramatic, it tries to be way too cute, and it's very unrealistic. Of course, this isn't the case with all romance anime, but it's the case with a lot of them, I have to admit. But that wasn't the case with The Garden of Words. This is a movie that I feel is very realistic, it's very down to earth, and I feel that it's something that could actually happen to somebody in the real world. The Garden of Words is a bittersweet romance story about these two characters that meet up at this park in Japan. The park is a major location within this movie because you have your main character Takao. He will go to this park when he skips his first period class whenever it rains, and here he meets up with this older woman in her late 20s, Yukari. These characters are pretty interesting because they kind of play off of each other. You've got Takao. He's pretty young, but at the same time, he's kind of old-spirited. He really wants to grow up and start working and become an adult, but at the same time, even though he does have a bit of an old spirit, you can really see his inexperience and also his immaturity in life. And then there's Yukari, the older woman. She really envies Takao's youth because she really wishes that she could go back and become young again. So it's kind of like these two characters really want to just trade spots, and they kind of envy each other because of where they are in life, but they really don't realize how broken the other one is. These two characters sit at this park bench in the rain talking to each other, and they begin to fall for each other. You have Takao, who doesn't really know too much about Yukari, but Yukari, she's more of a listener and she learns more about Takao, and I kind of feel that he's being put at a disadvantage because of that, because she is older, she had more experience, and also Takao, he is a unexperienced person, so because of this, he's more fragile. So these characters actually have more to them than you would expect when you first see them. First of all, Takao, for a 15-year-old boy, it's pretty strange what he wants to do for a living when he grows up. He wants to become a cobbler and make shoes for women, and it really shows why he wants to make shoes for women. In the movie here, it goes into his past, and there's a big issue with that as well, and I kind of feel like when he grows up, he's going to have this foot fetish or something, but that's besides the point. And with Yukari, I can't really tell you more about her because that will be a spoiler, because there is a bit of a twist within this movie later on showing you more about her, and you really didn't expect any of that. I didn't expect what was coming for her either, and I didn't really think that it really fit with this movie, but at the same time, I felt that it worked out in the end. And when I was watching this movie, usually when I watch anime or movies or anything, I kind of predict what's going to happen, but with this, I was thrown off. First of all, when we learn more about Yukari, and secondly, with the ending of this movie. So with the ending of this movie, I was surprised to it. Of course, I can't tell you what happens, but it was something very different from what I had imagined to happen, but at the same time, I felt that it was better because of this, because it was something different than what I expected. It wasn't really anything shocking, but it was just something different, and I feel that something like this, whether it's something that works out or doesn't work out, it's something that will be an important experience for both of them in their life, something that will leave a lasting impression upon them, and you really feel that because it's like this, because this is such a bittersweet romance story, that it feels more realistic and these characters are more relatable. So with The Garden of Words, I feel that this is a movie that most people could enjoy if you really don't like romance series, and maybe you won't like this, but overall I feel that the average anime watcher would really enjoy this, first of all because it's got a good story, and secondly, the animation here is beautiful. Talking about the animation, there were some times when I was watching this when I was like, is this real? Is this, what am I watching here? Because this is something very different than anything that I've ever seen before with anime, or any any sort of animation in general. And if you're looking to buy this, I highly recommend that you get this in Blu-ray. I bought this pretty cheap. I pre-ordered it. I've had it for a while, actually. I got it pretty early, but right now you can get this on Amazon for about $20, and the DVD, you can get it for a bit cheaper than that, of course, but it's not going to look as good. I definitely recommend the Blu-ray to this because it is just beautiful. So as far as the audio here goes, the soundtrack to this is beautiful. There's this one theme song for this that they have, which is pretty good and all. I like that, but the overall background music for all of the different scenes I felt was just beautiful because it matched the emotions and everything. And aside from that, the sound effects of things, I think that rain, the sound of rain, is very relaxing. And when I was watching this movie, when it was raining and they were sitting in the park, I felt that this was a really relaxing movie, you know, watching them sit there talking to each other like that. So as far as the voice acting goes, you want to watch this with the Japanese original audio here with the English subtitles, of course, because the English dub on this I don't really feel was all that great. I did watch this twice this week. I watched this originally in sub, and then I went back and watched it in dub just to compare it, and there were some parts where it was alright in the dub, but for the most part I felt that it was very monotone and quiet, and it really just didn't live up to the experience that I had with the Japanese audio here, because they were spot on with all of the emotions, and it was really just great watching that. So The Garden of Words, you definitely got to watch this in Blu-ray. You can get the DVD here, but I highly recommend, if you're going to get this, Blu-ray all the way. So beautiful. This is licensed by Sentai, and like I said, you can get this on Amazon or rightstuff.com. Those are two sites that I usually buy anime from, so go ahead and check it out. So if you've seen The Garden of Words, then let me know your thoughts about it in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.